Okay, this is gonna be really simple. It's not like I even hesitate to call it a lecture because it's probably just gonna take half an hour or something. Okay. That'll be Monday. Greg and I have to teach you JavaScript because your instructor is still in London. But anyways, we're going to deploy to Heroku. And I think you guys should all have the experience of doing it, which is why I had you bring your computers. Although technically, on a team, you really just need one person to deploy so that you just have one live link. And if you want, you can give access to other people on your team to also be able to deploy. But really, there's just going to be one live link. But for today's purposes, you all are going to have the experience of deploying so that you know how to do it.
This is dope. This is something that we never like went through with my class. So
it's really easy. When I learned Rails, I learned how to deploy, and I hadn't deployed a Rails app in a long time. Like I've been deploying Node, Express, like JavaScript apps, and that was a slightly different procedure. But with Rails, it's really easy. And like just to refresh myself, I went on Dev Center Heroku, and it's literally like you can follow this guide, and it'll do it for you. So the first thing we need to do is check if you have Heroku. So check if you have Heroku. Heroku version. That way you can see if there's a version that you have, that means you have it. I will make it bigger.
So we have the Heroku dash version.
Dash V should work too. Does anyone already have it? That's because I use Zish, because I think it's better. I can teach you Zish as well, but maybe not today. I call it Zish. Is there a real pronunciation? Do you know how to? I call it Zish. I think it's cooler. Zish. I've heard other people call it that. So, does anyone already have Heroku?
No.
Oh, fancy, fancy. So we're gonna brew install Heroku. Which literally came from here. I don't know the difference between those. It's probably the same. Yeah, that's normal.
Oh, you have a cool picture for your background.
Yeah, it's pretty pimped out.
I like the contrast between Mother Earth and destroyed Mother Earth.
I can teach you how to do that too.
Who's got one of those progress stores?
I was helping my husband set up a dev environment, and he also wanted a pimped out terminal, so he put a picture and all this stuff.
I would definitely add him to Zish.
Zish is good because here's the cool thing: prepare to be blown away. Well, this is actually an add-on that I added, so Zish didn't come with it. But if you look up here, you see Heroku is in red because it's not a valid command. When you have valid commands, they're in green. It's just super useful. Yeah, we can do it. And the other cool thing is when you're inside a repo that's on GitHub, then it'll tell you like what branch you're on and everything right inside your Zish. It's really good. Mm-hmm. And it always tells you what repository you're in at all times.
How do we install these things?
I'll teach you. Maybe not today, but someday. I don't know
I get the whole heart thing for the first line of our code, but I don't.
Look at item 2 and DSH.
It worked. Okay, so let's check. Do we have Heroku? Hell yeah, it's green. That means we have it, right? Dash V should tell me the version, I hope. Why is it being slow? So now we have Heroku.
Yes.
Does everyone have Heroku now? And you verified with version that you have it? All right, now you guys got to create a Heroku account if you don't already have one. So you just got to go on Heroku.
That website.
Yes. Heroku.com. These are some of my projects. This is what your dashboard looks like after you create an account and you've like deployed stuff to it. So, yeah. Make sure you get an account and let me know when you've done that. And don't forget your password.
Primary
Have you seen the video of the robot selecting the I'm not a robot thing? It's scary. It's literally a video of this little robot with a stylus, and it says, I'm not a robot checkbox, and the robot checks on the I'm not a robot.
Oh gosh.
That's scary. I don't like that.
Oh,
Yeah. It takes a really long time to load. That's the one where you can speak Spanish to the bot in the cafe.
Oh, this is.
But it takes a really long time to load because it's in 3D.
How do we see your?
Stop stalking me. That's not what this lecture is
I
about.
was looking at it. I was curious.
That was my capstone project.
That's the person I picked up of this.
Wait, why don't I?
No, I'm embarrassed. Yeah.
I know Spanish. Well, I guess you don't need to make up. Wait, I'm not getting this email.
Check your spam and everything.
Keep opening more tabs.
Is this all broken every time for each project? This is for like the whole system.
Yes.
It is just
I'm not sure if you have to be in your home folder, but I made sure that I'm in my home folder when I install it so that it's available globally. Did everyone make the account?
Stop getting distracted.
I'm very tempted to yell hurry up in Chinese.
Do it.
快点! When I was working in China, like people yelled that all the time. Okay. Now you're gonna do Heroku login. You gotta enter your credentials. Thank God, I thought I forgot my password. And you gotta go into the repo where your project is. And is everyone's app in Postgres? Because if it's in SQLite, there's gonna be some additional like issues, but it shouldn't be too bad. Okay, and now this is the easy part. You just do Heroku, create, and you can give it a name of an app, like Hello World, and it'll tell you if that name is already taken, and that would be like on the link, that name would be included. If you don't do that, it's gonna give you a totally randomly generated one. For instance, this is a randomly generated one. So I'm feeling lucky. I'm gonna do one that's randomly generated. A lit mountain.
Yeah, dope.
I want to build a lit mountain now.
That's what's in the background.
Yeah, so you create your app, and then you just make sure that your project is on master and your master is updated, right? And then you do git push Heroku master. Why doesn't it whip?
Serious journey.
Huh?
Journey.
Let's see.
Something's happening.
Something's up. All right. I did Heroku create. Git push Heroku master. No such app. Oh my god. Why? Does it work for anyone else?
Mine is doing a whole list.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what it should be doing now, as it's pushing it. I don't know why it doesn't find mine. Maybe because I tried to create this multiple times. Oh, I know why. Because I called it some food app before because I was trying to go through all the steps. So I kind of screwed myself over. Alright. I can probably delete it if I have some food app. Maybe delete Heroku repository. So now it's deployed. The other thing that you would have to do, I can't exactly show you, but if you do Heroku run, after this you can write any like Rails command that you need. So the things to get your database going, like Rails db create, you'd have to run this. You'd have to also run Rails db migrate, and you'd have to do Rails db seed if you have seeds. And then all of your database stuff will be live on your website as well.
I went to the website and it says not method not allowed.
And if you do Heroku open, it opens your site. What happened? Try it through Heroku open. Yeah. I gotta figure out how to get rid of this repo.
You said we still need to do the Rails migrate, like the Rails.
Yeah, you have to do the migrations, and you do that with Heroku run, and then you run like all the Rails commands that you normally run. This is what I need.
There's something called the 12-factor app, which is like Heroku, like 12 things your app would need to deploy to Heroku. So a lot of modern frameworks like Rails kind of have you build in accordance with these 12 factors. So that's why Rails is like very, very easy to deploy to Heroku. And
Let's try this lit mountain. I want to get it to work.
Nothing's happening.
I know, right?
You using an iPhone?
Or shows that it's a phone.
Wow.
Seems I did not catch it. Yeah, that's a fact.
You can also do Heroku Help, I think. And you can see all the commands.
Do you need help?
What did I put?
Yes.
Maybe just Heroku Help. And you can see all the commands that you can do with Heroku. Oops, sorry. Hmm. Hmm. Maybe this. You guys got your apps up, right?
We're having some trouble.
What's going on?
The permissions I have for the database and Postgres. You do not connect privileges.
I'm gonna stop the recording.